Hi guys, so topic natin ngayon is organs of special senses. We only have two, the eye and the ear. Starting off with the eye. The eye is basically a ball. That's why it is called eyeball. Pinag-usapan natin sa Anatomy 1 na eyeball may mga tunics, may mga layer. Meron outermost, that is the fibrous tunic, yung middle layer which is the vascular tunic, and the inner layer which is the nervous tunic, that is the sclera, the choroid, and the retina respectively. We can also say that the retina is composed of neuroepithelial layer which is yung photosensitive, yung retina itself, while the non-photosensitive layer is yung hindi nervous ang kanyang origin. Starting off with the sclera, the anteriormost portion of the sclera is known as the cornea. Here is the cornea under scanner and under LPO. The outermost layer, we can see that it is composed of a stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. We can see that the outermost layer is flattened while the inner layer is more or less cuboidal in shape. Below that is the anterior limiting membrane, the one we see that is homogeneous pa ang kulay, hindi kasama itong mga fibrous material na to, yung homogeneous material na nasa ilalim ng basal layer ng stratified squamous epithelium, that is the Bowman's membrane. Hindi ko kasi magamit si HPO, ang labo, hindi ko na alam kung ano nangyari. This is TM3 pero malabo na din si HPO. So tiis muna tayo dito sa LPO. Then from there, from the Bowman's membrane, not Bowman's capsule, is the substantia propria or the stroma of the cornea. Yang makapal na layer na yan, it is composed of collagen fibers, resembles that of a tendon. Directly below that, as you can see, again, the homogeneous layer beneath this stroma is the Descemet's membrane or the posterior limiting membrane. And from there, we can see segments of cells, flattened squamous cells. Those are the posterior epithelium of the cornea. Okay, so again, the anterior or corneal epithelium, the Bowman's membrane, the stroma, yung homogeneous part na yan is the Descemet's membrane, and the single layer of squamous epithelium is the posterior layer of the cornea. Gets? Now, let's move on to the other parts of the sclera, yung caudal part ng sclera. Let's change slides. So, sclera, we can say again, it is fibrous and the outermost layer, some of which is sa kanya na din nag-insert ang mga muscles of the eyeball. We have 7, diba? Sa anatomy na lang natin yan i-discuss. So these are already the muscles. Look at those are the muscle bundles found in the sclera. Okay? So these are muscle bundles, these are the tendons that inserts in the sclera. The layers of the sclera is the episclera, sclera proper, and the lamina fusca. So, itong pinaka-outermost is the episclera. It is made up of loose connective tissue. These ones are the tendons of the extrabulbar muscles, or the muscles of the eyeball itself, that is inserted here in the sclera proper. So yan yung muscles, dito siya naka-insert sa sclera proper. So this is the layer of the sclera proper and the lamina fusca, which is the intermediate layer between the sclera and the choroid. Yung choroid, nakikita natin, yan ay yung pigmented portion. Okay? Okay? So again, episclera, the episclera, the sclera proper, and the lamina fusca in between the sclera and the pigmented choroid. Okay? Now, ang may gusto din akong ipakita sa inyo in comparison with animals, different animals. Look at this section. This is the eye of a chicken. Hanapin lang natin yung ating sclera na. Hanapin natin yung nerve. Here it is. Okay, so this is the posterior portion of the eye. Okay? Palatandaan natin is this one. This is the optic nerve. As you can see, it is above and bifurcates into the retina. Yan yung retina. This one, yung pigmented layer, that is again the choroid. Tingnan nyo lamang yung kanyang sclera. So in the mammals, what we see in the sclera is fibrous material. Here in avians, especially in chickens, we can appreciate that. Anong type ng tissue yan? Isip mo na. That is a cartilaginous tissue. This is cartilage. It is a scleral cartilage present only in avians. As a matter of fact, in some avians, such as in geese, that scleral cartilage becomes ossified. That's why it's sometimes called osclera, oscleri. Okay? Here, this one is a cartilage made up of, which is found within the eyeball. Okay, yung sclera niya is again cartilaginous ang material. Okay, that is true for the chicken. Let's move on to the choroid. Dito na lang din. Alright, so this is the choroid layer. Gamitan na yung isang gamitan na for choroid. Okay. So it is a vascular layer. So we must be able to see blood. So those are red blood cells within the choroid. As I've said before, it is also pigmented. Okay? Ito yung area kung saan may nag-insert ng blood vessel, kaya malaking vein or blood vessel ang ating nakikita dyan. But in some areas, nakikita lamang natin ang choroid as a vascular. Kung wala yung mismong mga RBCs, ganyan ang magiging itsura niya. Okay? Ganyan lang ang itsura ni choroid. Okay? So, yung pinakita ko sa inyo, that is the vascular layer. Ito yan, region na yan. Okay? Pwede pa pala natin itaas. Dahil wala nga, again, siyang RBC. Masyadong maliwanag. Pagigil yung unti-unti. Yan. So, this is the choroid. May ilan pang natitirang RBCs pero hindi ganun kakapal kagaya nung pinakita ko sa inyo kanina. So, this is the layer of the choroid. Ito yung the lamina fusca of sclera, and in between them, this is the suprachoroid layer. It's just a transition between the sclera at saka choroid. So, as you can see, uneven yung area na yun. Now, after which, this region is the vascular layer. Kung may makikita nyo, may mga sinuses dyan na naglalaman ng RBCs. Then, we have the next layer, which is the tapetum lucidum. This one is the reflective layer of the choroid. It has two layers, the fibrous tapetum lucidum and the cellular tapetum lucidum. Here in our section, we can appreciate that it is fibrous. Okay? Kapag binababa ko, masyadong maliwanag. It is fibrous, as you can see. Para siyang collagen. So, it is striated layers composed of different layers. Okay? Fibrous tapetum lucidum yung present dito sa choroid na to. Again, tingnan natin siya under scanner. We can see that it is almost homogeneous. So, makikita yan sa layer ng choroid. Now, the next layer from the choroid, from this choroid, should be the retina. And as you can see here in this section, ang retina ay ito, humiwalay or nag-delaminate yung retina. Usually, common yan kasi very delicate yung connection between the tapetum lucidum and the retina. Mabilis siya na ma-delaminate. Okay, so because the Bruch's membrane and the choriocapillary layer, it is very delicate. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin to tapetum lucidum, can you see those remnants of the choriocapillary layer? Yan, no? Remnant na lamang siya kasi na-delaminate yung retina. Okay? So, eto na siya. So, the choriocapillary layer, the Bruch's membrane, and the pigmented epithelium of the retina is removed or delaminated from this section. Okay? Now, let's move on to the retina or the neuroepithelial layer of the retina. Okay. Dito tayo, natanggal na si pigmented region. Etong region na yan, nakikita natin na yan, that is already the layers of rods and cones. Cones yung mabababa, rods itong matataas na. So those are actually nerve endings ng sensory nerve endings, itong layers of rods and cones. Nasaan ang kanilang body? Narito sa outer nuclear layer. This is the outer nuclear layer. This is the layers of rods and cones. In between them is the layer, the outer limiting membrane. It is usually not apparent. Pero kung titingnan yung region, di ba? Parang studded with small cells in between them. Yung transition na yan, that is the outer limiting membrane. Okay? Itong makapal na yan is the outer nuclear layer. Next layer is the, yan, itong lighter area na yan. That is the outer plexiform layer. So, in there, in the outer plexiform layer, makikita natin dyan ang mga axon terminals of the rods and cones. So, maikli lamang din yun. Sunod na layer na is the inner nuclear layer, which houses cell bodies and nuclei of the Muller cells. Ito na yung inner nuclear layer. Then, the inner plexiform layer, yung lighter area na yan. And finally, not finally, the ganglion cell layer. It contains the cell bodies and nuclei of the ganglion cells. So, yung nakikita niyo ng mga malalaking nerve cell bodies na yan. So, that is the ganglion cell layer. In some areas, makikita pa natin yung last two layer, the optic nerve layer and the inner limiting layer. Pero here, again, konti na lamang ang natitira. So yung nasa ibabaw na yan, nasa ibabaw nitong mga ganglion layer is the optic nerve fiber layer. Pero inconsistent siya. Most probably artifactual na natanggal din siya dito sa retina ng animal na ito. Again, let's observe other retina kung makikita din natin siya. Ito, nag-double delamination pa ang retina. Parang artifacts na din sila. Okay? So, the rods and cones, the inner set, outer, mas pangit to, putol-putol. And again, delaminated yung inner nuclear layer. Pero still present yung kagaya na na-discuss natin kanina. Tingnan natin another retina. Yun, at least to, medyo consistency. The inner limiting membrane, that is the optic nerve fiber layer, that is the ganglion cell layer, then the inner plexiform, inner nuclear, outer plexiform, outer nuclear, and the layers of rods and cones. Much better itong retina na to. And hindi pa ganun kalayo sa tapito lucido. Okay? So that is for the retina. Tingnan lang natin yung lens. Actually, mahirap siya i-section yung lens. Itong eye ng dog. Tingnan lang natin yung histology ng lens. Okay? So yung oblong shape na nakikita natin is made up of the lens. It is almost homogeneous in structure. It has a capsule, lens capsule. That's the lens capsule, and that is the lens epithelium. Okay? So kita pa yung lens capsule. Yung sections kasi na nakita natin kanina ay hindi yung buong lens hindi na cut, yung may kasamang lens. Now let's discuss some accessory structures of the eye, such as the eyelid. Eyelid or palpebra. We have two layers or two surfaces, the external surface and the internal surface or the palpebral surface. Paano natin ma-differentiate silang dalawa? Yung external surface, of course, may epidermis. As you can see here, this is a Malpighian layer of the skin. You've got the stratum corneum. May nakikita tayong mga hair follicles. As a matter of fact, dito sa free end niya, mas hindi dyan ang free end. Dito sa kabila ba ang free end? Hindi. Dito nga ang free end. Mas malaki yung follicles. So, nadyan kasi yung mga eyelashes ng animal. We can appreciate types of glands. Meron tayong mga sebaceous glands, also known as the glands of Zeiss, and some sweat glands, which is also called as glands of Moll. Okay? So from there, punta tayo dito sa kabila, the conjunctival surface. This is the conjunctiva. In between them is the tarsal plate, which is made up of loose connective tissue with a lot of sebaceous glands. So those sebaceous glands is also known as the tarsal glands or meibomian glands. In some areas may makikita tayong bundles of skeletal muscles, of course, for the movement naman ng eyelid. Okay? So that is the conjunctiva. This one is conjunctiva. May papakita pa ako sa inyo section. Here mapapansin natin na ang conjunctiva talaga ay this is an eyelid na hagip doon sa section ng retina na may kasama pang cornea. Okay? So this should be translucent, and those are the tarsal glands. Very vascular pa nga yan eh. Ang eyelid. Kaya lang hindi ko na makita yung mga capillaries. Pero here, kitang-kita natin yung malalaking tarsal glands in the eyelid of the animal. Now, punta na tayo sa ear. In the ear, it is composed of elementary pa lang, tinuro na sa atin yun, diba? Composed of three regions: external ear, middle ear, and the inner ear. External ear is the pinna, middle ear is the one that houses the ossicles of the ear, and the internal ear or inner ear houses the labyrinth, the membranous at osseous labyrinth containing the the nerve endings of the vestibulocochlear nerve. Mahirap mag-section ng middle ear. Ang makikita natin ay external ear. This is the pinna or external ear ng pigs. Ang highlight na makikita natin dyan, yung external region niya is of course made up of skin. Yan yung Malpighian layer. Then you've got the stratum corneum. Kabilaan yan, meron ganyan. Yung sometimes, yung external layer, may makikita tayong hair follicles. Okay, such as those. Now, dahil ito ay sa baboy, medyo makapal siya. Marami siyang subcutaneous tissue made up of dense, irregular connective tissue and some blood vessels and glands. Ang highlight na pwede natin makita dyan, masisigurado natin na pina yan ay dahil dito sa mga yan. That is the cartilage of the pinna. Okay? In other animals, mas manipis yung kanilang subcutaneous tissue in the pinna, such as in dogs. So, manipis itong connective tissue layer na yan, and maraming blood vessels. Naging problem kapag nagkamot sa dogs, nagkakaroon ng space. Itong spaces na yan in between the connective tissue and the cartilage, nafe-fill siya ng blood. Yun yung oral hematoma sa dogs. But in pigs, less likely kasi nga again, makapal yung subcutaneous connective tissue doon. Now, punta na tayo sa inner ear. This one is the cochlea. Cochlea of the mammal. Cochlea. So, it is a tubular organ na housed sa isang bone. Okay? So, tuwid lamang talaga siya. Isa siyang mahabang channel, kaya lang paikot siya. Paikot. So, kapag sinection mo yung snail, makikita yung buo, yung mga channels, iba't ibang bilog. Such as this one, ito yung pinakamalaki, ito yung sunod, and ito yung paliit ng paliit. Kasi nga, paikot siya. Okay? Ang itsura ng cochlea. Now, magsimula tayo dito sa gitna. Dito na sa gitna. Kasi iisa lamang naman to at saka ito. Iisa to at saka yan. Isang channel lamang siya. Okay, dito tayo sa isang malaking bilog na yan. We can see 3 channels. This one is the vestibuli. This one is the tympani, scala tympani, and in between is the scala media. In between them, this one is the cochlear duct, housing the organ of Corti. Ang bagal niya. This is the organ of Corti. Okay? So again, tingnan natin siya. This is bony tissue. Okay? This one is the vestibular membrane. Yeah. This one is the vestibular membrane, and this is the basilar membrane. In between them is the organ of Corti. Again, the scala vestibuli, the scala tympani, and the scala media. Okay? So, these organs of Corti is actually the epithelial cells, the end point of this spiral ganglion na makikita natin. As you can see, these are nerve cell bodies. Okay? So, they function as to collect the vibration and process them as sound. Okay? So, in the laboratory, mas appreciate ninyo kung makikita niyo siya under HPO, this one, the organ of Corti. Okay, so that's it for the organs of special senses.